Hey, what's up, chat? Welcome to the stream. It's your boy's birthday today. Oh, trying to be in the camera. I've never used my onboard camera before on this computer. This is a very different location, chat, and this is a different book. It's the same book, but a different version. I gave away my other version to um one of my little sister's boyfriends. Um, so like the one I first started with. So now I'm reading this one. My mom just got me this version for my birthday, which is today. So wish your boy happy birthday. Um, but we're gonna keep doing what we've been doing. Sorry, I've been late. We've been all over the place. Been gone. I have no time to stream recently. Um, we're out of town currently. Um, but the streams don't stop. It's still week 5. You feel me? So now that we're here, right? Let's get on. Let's get on to the get on. And let me verify that this is actually week 5. This is week 5 and not week 4 or something, or week 6. Give me 1 second, chat. Give me 1 second. Oh, we already read week 5 last week. So it's week 6 actually, chat. It's actually week 6. Good thing I was already on week 6 when I first got over here. Right, chat? Um, but you feel me? It's gonna be a short stream. I'm not gonna be here too long. We got family. We're around family right now. And it's not just my birthday. There's 2 others with the same birthday as me in the house. um, and I just had to work. I just got off work. So uh, we're gonna continue. We're gonna get this reading knocked out, do our meditation, our exercise at the end of this chapter, and then move forward to our next steps and to our next stream, which will be tomorrow. But let's get into it. This is week 6 of the Master Key System. Week 6, the brain of man. The universal mind is so wonderful that it is difficult to understand its utilitarian powers and possibilities, and its unlimited producing effects. Sorry, chat. What about Fat DJ from 1? I have no idea. I have this thing turned on my headphones that I need to turn off. I have the speech thing turned on my headphones, and I did not realize that it worked on my computer as well as my phone. So how can I turn this off for the AirPods? Give me 1 second, chat. That's mad crazy. I ain't gonna hold. That message I just read, mad crazy. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. Give me 1 second, chat. Mm, how can I get to this? Or maybe is it the audio I'm listening to that's pausing? I think it's the audio, the background music that's pausing. I'm not sure why they're pausing it, but it's not muting my audio anymore. So I guess it's sorry for the delay. Sorry for the delay, but this is week 6. So I skipped everything else that I've been doing every single week. My fault. I'm in a rush because it's my birthday and I'm trying to get down to hang out. But um, let me get into it. So week 1, we did the meditation, but it was quiet and didn't let the we didn't interact with our thoughts. Right? We didn't interact with them. We just let them happen. And what that taught us is that we are not our thoughts. We are not all that noise. Right? Week 2, we did the same thing, but this time we said not now to our thoughts, maybe later. And what this lets you know is you have power and control over what's happening in your mind. The noise in your mind, you don't have it does not have to be there. You have the power and control to change it if you want to. Week 3, we did the meditation to where we wanted to relax our body, but we did that by also adding it on top of what we had already done before, which was getting quiet for 10 to 15 minutes and letting our thoughts know that it's not now, maybe later. Um, so we were able to get in tune with our body and realize that it's time to let ourselves relax, right? And that what that taught us is at any moment during the day, you can take the time for yourself and give your body that time. and give yourself that time, right? To get back to you, right? Week four, we did the same thing, kind of like we did week two, but this is really the mental space. And the saying that we had for week four was, "It's okay, it's working out," right? Um, because the mental space, the fear, the noise really comes from the fear of something not working, right? So it's okay, maybe later, perfectly counters the fear of something not working out. Or it's okay, it's working out is perfectly countering the fear of it not working out, right? And then week five, um, we visualized, right? We did everything on top of everything we did so far. Got quiet. We did, instead of not now, maybe later for week two, we said it's okay, it's working out. So we added that at the beginning. We relaxed our bodies. And then if any fear came up, it's okay, it's working out again for ourselves. And then once we were in a really steady spot, we begin to visualize. And what I told you guys for visualization is always look for your own physical hands. Look down at your hands, and it really brings you to the moment, right? Because that's the tip. That's the trick. You want to process that moment, and an easy way to realize that you're in that moment is by looking at your hands, right? You want to process that moment. And now we're into week six. I have no idea because I can't tell you what's gonna happen next. But we're in week six. Um, Hopefully you got everything that we've done so far. And now we're gonna get into the reading for real this time. Week six, the brain of man. The universal mind is so wonderful that it is difficult to understand its utilitarian powers and possibilities and its unlimited producing effects. We have found that the mind is not only all intelligence, but all substance. How then is it to be differentiated in form? How are we to secure the effect of which we desire? Ask any electrician what the effect of electricity will be, and he will reply, electricity is a form of motion, and its effect will depend upon the mechanism to which it is attached. Upon this mechanism will depend whether we shall have heat, light, power, music, or any of the other marvelous demonstrations of power to which this vital energy has been harnessed. What effect can be produced by thought? The reply is that thought is mind in motion, just as wind is air in motion, and its effect will depend entirely upon the mechanism to which it is attached. Here, then, is the secret of all mental power. It depends entirely upon the mechanism, and space and time have become only figures of speech. But did you ever stop to think that the mechanism which has giving you for transforming the universal, omnipresent, potential power, was invented by a greater inventor than Edison? We are accustomed to examining the mechanism of the implements which we use for tilling the soil, and we try to get an understanding of the mechanism of the automobile which we drive. But most of us are content to remain in absolute ignorance of the greatest piece of mechanism which has ever come into existence, the brain of man. Let us examine the wonders of this mechanism. Perhaps we shall thereby get a better understanding of the various effects of which it is the cause. In the first place, there is a great mental world in which we live and move and have our being. This world is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. It will respond to our desire in direct ratio to our purpose and faith. The purpose must be in accordance with the law of our being. That is, it must be creative or constructive. Our faith must be strong enough to generate a current of sufficient strength to bring our purpose into manifestation. As thy faith is, so be unto thee. Bears a stamp of scientific test. The effects which are produced in the world without are the result of action and reaction of the individual upon the universal. That is the process which we call thinking. The brain is the organ through which this process is accomplished. Think of the wonder of it all. Do you love music, flowers, literature, art, or are you inspired by the thought of ancient or modern genius? Remember, every beauty to which you respond must have its corresponding outline in your brain before you can appreciate it. There is not a single virtue or principle in the storehouse of nature which the brain cannot express. The brain is an embryonic world, ready to develop at any time as necessity may arise. If you can, if you can comprehend that this is a scientific truth and one of the wonderful laws of nature, it will be easier for you to get all understanding of the mechanism by which these extraordinary results are being accomplished. The nervous system has been compared to an electric current with its battery cells, in which force is originated. It is white matter to insulated wires by which the current is conveyed. It is through these channels that every impulse or desire is the mechanism.
These mushrooms make you feel better.
Through the mechanism. The spinal cord is the great motor and sensory pathway by which messages are conveyed to and from the brain. Then there is the blood supply, plunging through the veins and arteries, renewing our energy and strength. The perfectly arranged structure upon which the entire physical body rests. And finally, the delicate and beautiful skin clothing the entire mechanism in a mantle of beauty. This then is a temple of the living God, and the individual I is given control, and upon his understanding of the mechanism, which is within his control, will be the result depend. Every thought sets the brain cells in action. At first, the substance upon which the thought is directed fails to respond, but if the thought is sufficiently refined and concentrated, the substance finally yields and expresses perfectly. This influence of the mind can be exerted upon any part of the body, causing the elimination of any undesirable effect. A perfect conception and understanding of the laws governing the mental world cannot fail to be of inestimable value in the transaction of business, as it develops the power of discernment and gives a clearer understanding and appreciation of facts. The man who looks within instead of without cannot fail to make use of the mighty forces which will eventually determine his course in life and so bring him into vibration with all that is best, strongest, and most desirable. Attention or concentration is probably the most important essential in the development of mind culture. The possibilities of attention, when properly directed, are so startling that they would hardly appear to the uninitiated. The cultivation of attention is the distinguishing characteristic of every successful man or woman, and is the very highest personal accomplishment which can be acquired. The power of attention can be more readily understood by comparing it with a sun glass in which the rays of sunlight are focused. They possess no particular strength as long as the glass is moved about and the rays are directed from one place to another. But the glass be held perfectly still and let the rays be focused on one spot for any length of time. The effect will be immediately apparent. So with the power of thought, let power be dissipated by scattering the thought from one object to another, and no result is apparent. But focus this power through attention or concentration on any single purpose for any length of time, and nothing becomes impossible. A very simple remedy for a very complex situation, some will say. All right, try it. You, you who have no experience in concentrating the thought on a definite purpose or object, choose any single object and concentrate your attention on it for a definite purpose for even 10 minutes. You cannot do it. The mind will wander a dozen times, and it will be necessary to bring it back to the original purpose. And each time the effect will have been lost, and at the end of the 10 minutes, nothing will have happened, because you have not been able to hold your thought steadily on to the purpose. It is, however, through attention that you will finally be able to overcome obstacles of any kind that appear in your path, onward and upward. And the only way to acquire this wonderful power is by practice. Practice makes perfect. In this, as in anything else, in order to cultivate the power of attention, bring a photograph with you to the same seat in the same room in the same position as heretofore. Examine it closely at least 10 minutes. Note the expression of the eyes, the form of the features, the clothing, the way the hair is arranged. In fact, note every detail shown on the photograph carefully. Now cover it and close your eyes and try to see it mentally. If you can see every detail perfectly and can form a good mental image of the photograph, you are to be congratulated. If not, repeat the process until you can. This step is simply for the purpose of preparing to succeed. It is by such exercises as these that you will finally be able to control your mental moods, your attitude, and your consciousness. Great financiers are learning to withdraw from the multitude more and more, that they may have more time for planning, thinking, and generating the right mental moods. Successful businessmen are constantly demonstrating the fact that it pays to keep in touch with the thought of other successful businessmen. A single idea may be worth thousands of dollars, and these ideas can only come to those who are receptive, who are prepared to receive them, who are in a successful frame of mind. Men are learning to place themselves in harmony with the universal mind. They are learning the unity of all things. They are learning the basic methods and principles of thinking, and this is changing conditions and multiplying results. They are finding that circumstances and environments follow the trend of mental and spiritual progress. They find that growth follows knowledge, action follows inspiration, opportunity follows perception. Always the spiritual first, then the transformation into the infinite and illimitable possibilities of achievement. As the individual is but the channel for the differentiations of the universal, these possibilities are necessarily inexhaustible. Thought is a process by which we may absorb the spirit of power and hold the result in our inner consciousness until it becomes a part of our ordinary consciousness. This method of accomplishing this result by persistent practice of a few fundamental principles, as explained in this system, is the master key which unlocks the storehouse of universal truth. The two great sources of human suffering at present are bodily disease and mental anxiety. These may be readily traced to the infringement of some natural laws. This is no doubt owing to the fact that so far knowledge has was a has largely remained partial, but the clouds of darkness which have accumulated through long ages are beginning to roll away, and with them many of the miseries that attend imperfect information. That a man can change himself, improve himself, recreate himself, control his environment, and master his own destiny is the conclusion of every mind who is wide awake to the power of right thought and constructive action. Larson. Question and answers for week 6. What are some of the effects which can be produced by electricity? Heat, light, power, and music. Upon what do these various effects depend? They depend upon the mechanism to which electricity is attached. What is the result of the action and interaction of the individual mind upon the universe changed? By changing the mechanism by which the universal is differentiated in form. What is this mechanism? The brain. How may it be changed? By the process we call thinking. Thoughts produce brain cells, and these cells respond to the corresponding thought in the universal. Of what value is the power of concentration? It is the highest, it is the very highest personal accomplishment which can be acquired, and is distinguishing characteristic of every successful man or woman. How may it be acquired? By faithfully practicing the exercises outlined in the system. Why is this so important? Because it will enable us to control our thoughts, and since thoughts are causes and conditions must be effects, if we can control the cause, we can also control the effect. What is the changing condition and multiplying results in the objective world? Men are learning the basic methods of constructive thinking. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night the day, thou canst not be false to any man. And let's read the letter of transmittal right before chapter 7. Letter of transmittal. Through the ages, man has believed in an invisible power, through which and by which all things have been created and are continually being recreated. We may personalize this power and call it God, or we may think of it as the essence or spirit, which permeates all things. But in either case, the effect is the same. So far as the individual is concerned, the objective, the physical, the visible is the personal, and that which can be cognized by the senses. It consists of the body, brain, and nerves. The subject is the spiritual, the invisible, and the impersonal. The personal is conscious because it is a personal entity, the impersonal being the same in kind and quality as all other being. It is not conscious of itself and has therefore been termed the subconscious. The personal or conscious has the power of will and choice, and can therefore exercise discrimination in the selection of methods whereby to bring about solution of difficulties. The impersonal or spiritual, being a part or one with the source of all and origin of all power, can necessarily exercise no such choice, but On the contrary, it has infinite resources at its command. It can and does bring about results by methods concerning which the human or individual mind can have no possible conception. You will therefore see that it is your privilege to depend upon the human will with all its limitations and misconceptions, or you may utilize the potentialities of infinity by making use of the subconscious mind. Here then is a scientific explanation of this wonderful power, which is then put within your control, if you but understand, appreciate, and recognize it. One method of consciously utilizing this omnipotent power is outlined in week 7, which I have the honor of transmitting herewith. And we are not reading week 7 today. We're only reading week 6. And sorry, chat, the tongue is still healing. If you know, you know. If you've been in the chat before, you know, you know. It's still a little it's still a little uncomfortable to read. It's still a little swollen, but it is completely healed. It's completely healed, but it's still a little swollen. So it's a little hard to read, but it's okay. Fat tongue and all, we will be getting this reading done this week. Okay, so chat. Um, what will we be practicing this week? Right, the next 3 days. Right, today is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll be practicing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It is exactly what he said before. We're gonna grab a picture, right? Any picture that you want to see, and you're gonna close your eyes and you're gonna see that picture with your eyes closed, and you're just gonna do that for 10 minutes, right? And if you can't see it, open your eyes, look at the picture again, and do it again. If you can't see it, look at the picture, close your eyes, and see the picture again, right? You're just gonna keep doing it over and over and over again. Um, Sorry I kind of chopped it up today, but uh, it is what it is. The tongue will continue to heal, and I will stop talking with a lisp. It's all good. It's all good in the hood, baby. Um, but we can't miss the week, bro. We can't miss the week. That's not something we're gonna do. We're not gonna skip a week just because of that. Um, we didn't skip the week because it's my birthday. You feel me? You feel me? We didn't skip the reading today because it's my birthday. We still read, baby. So you feel me? But if you want to grab an image, it can be on your phone or or a picture that you have. But we're gonna do this together. Um, because that's what we do here. It don't matter what the image is, right? This is gonna be my image, right? I'm gonna see this image with my eyes closed. Something simple, something sweet, something simple. Uh, I don't know, but something sweet, something simple. Uh, right? This is mine, but you can grab whatever image you want to see, right? And we're gonna do this for the next 5-ish minutes. Um, I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy today's practice, and I hope you come back for the next practice session, the next reading and the next practice session, right? Sorry, Chad. I'm about to drink some kombucha. It's not as good as the other one. I had two. I had one that was lion's mane, and this one is ginger reishi. The other one was lemon balm and lion's mane, and this one is ginger and reishi. You feel me? You feel me? Oh, I'm tired, Chad. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm tired, Chad. I'm not gonna lie, but it's my birthday, so I gotta stay up. Oh man. But let's go. We're gonna turn off this music. That's what we like to do here. The music was kind of distracting today. It was like skipping and stuff. It's a little distracting while I was trying to. Sorry about that, chat. We're gonna remove this from the playlist now because they're like removed from playlist. It was cool when it was working fine, but if it's not working fine, I don't want it in there. We're not gonna have that. We'll find something else that's better than that. Um, Goodbye. You've been removed. We don't take that stuff. That stuff, if that's the stuff that's been offered, we don't want that. You feel me? If you're not offering something good, we don't want it. You feel me? So if it's not working like it's supposed to be working, bye. I do not need you, brother. My reading is fine without it. Okay, but now let's get into today's reading. Chad, I'm not here right now, man. I'm here for y'all, but I'm not here right now. I don't feel here right now, but it's cool. Let's do this. Let's do this real quick. Tomorrow will be better. I got a lot on my mind right now. It's birthday stuff going on. It's your boy birthday. Your boy's trying to go birthday it up. You feel me? Your boy's trying to go birthday up right now. I'm sorry about this chat. Please forgive me today. For today's reading is very sloppy. The music in the background was very sloppy. It's crazy. It's my birthday. Should have been awesome, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It happens. I also covered up my reminder. Like, what am I doing today, chat? This is a rinky dink stream. We're in the little brother's room right now. Like, this is a rinky dink right now, but it's not. Let's get to this meditation. So find you a photo, whatever photo it is. I'm gonna use this. It's a simple photo to see. Um, and for the next 5 minutes, I was trying to kill time until it hit 3:25, so we get in at 3:30. Um, because it's 3:24, we got one more minute, and then like probably like 30 seconds. Um, we're gonna start this, and if you got your pictures ready, if I rambled long enough for you to grab a picture, we're gonna start this picture seeing exercise here soon. And to take it even a step further, you feel me? If y'all want to take it even a step further, I want you to see this. So I want you to grab a picture with your hand, and I want you to also see your hand with the picture, right? So I want you to see yourself holding the picture. I want you to take this a step further, right? I want you to see yourself holding the phone or whatever it is that has your picture on it, right? But let's get started because it's 3:25 now. Let's go chat. We get quiet and let's go. I'm tired. Okay, Chad, it's 3:30. You don't have to tell me what you visualized today. That's none of my business. Um, but oh, I feel much better. I absolutely feel much better. I'm not gonna lie, I feel absolutely much better now. But but from 5 minutes ago to now is a completely different person. I should have did this before I started reading. I should have did this before I started reading. I really just literally got off work, set my computer up, and then immediately started streaming. I should have did this first. You live and you learn. You get smarter. Gain wisdom with age, right? Um, but I want to share one more thing with you guys. Um, this goes hand in hand with today's reading. Um, I wrote it down a couple days ago, but it goes like this, right? Since I, uh, since I with the quotes, I created all things, then I, quotes again, can create and uncreate all things. That means if I desire something, I, quotations again, can create it. Or if something is undesirable, I can uncreate it. If you guys can write that down and just really read that with the quotes and everything, it's just quotes around the I. So whenever you write I, just put the quotes around it, right? Since I created all things, then I can create and uncreate all things. That means if I desire something, I can create it. Or if something is undesirable, I can uncreate it. Right? And then come up with your own thank you saying, right? To say thank you in advance. Because once that is done and once you understand what the I is, all things are done immediately. So just say thank you at that point, right? Anything that you ask for it from that, once you actually internalize that I is yours. So just say thank you and accept it and process it. I came up with this recently and I wanted to talk to you guys about it on stream, but your boy hasn't been busy, obviously, right? All just traveling and birthday stuff, but um, to process it, right, uh, is my new thing for it, right? So when we visualize or we do the visualizations, right, what you're supposed to do when you're in a visualization, that's why I say look at your hands, is you're supposed to process it, right? You really want to internalize what is happening, but you only can do that if you process what's happening. So you gotta process it. What's good with you, bro? You gotta yeah, up and in, but you gotta process it, right? And I just want y'all to take that with you, and that's probably gonna be in the stream. So I'm finna slide and go enjoy my birthday. So we got a limitless score, baby. I appreciate you. I might even love you, but I'm for sure glad you woke up today, and I'm out. Peace.